and welcome to The Harbinger. I'm your host, PV, The Harbinger, here today with more news that I'm 2 months too late to talk about. In today's episode of Things No One Cares About Anymore, we'll be talking about the Steam Machine and overall Steam products that have come out recently. I originally made a video where I talked about the Steam controller uh, back when it released, and I had it as a fallback video, but since things have changed so much, since then, I've just wanted to re-record this and just not upload that video at all. So if you don't know the controversy around Steam currently, Steam announced that the Steam Machine's price will be $1,049 and $1,349 for the lowest and the highest gigabyte units. This was surprising to me and most others because it was originally told to cost under $750. And its high price point caused outrage online, with a lot of people saying that the price is completely just unacceptable and that nobody will buy it and it has like no audience and Steam is just making this product because they want to make money. And while I can understand people getting mad at the price because it is a bit ridiculous, I still don't think that this is just a money grab from Steam. I don't think this is a crap product. I don't think it deserves all the hate that it was getting. Steam has shown to be a reliable company that genuinely does care about its consumers. I mean, which other company will send out a firing squad to the person who hacked your account for stealing your $2 CSGO skin? Exactly. No other company would do that. So the idea that Steam is just doing this for the money is just genuinely insane to me. The actual reason why the Steam Machine is so much more expensive than it was originally announced is because everyone just enjoys making AI slop of everything for some reason, and that leads to higher RAM prices. So Steam obviously has to sell their things at a higher price, or else they're going to be losing profits. So the price increase makes a lot of sense. It's not just for, oh, we want money. It's actually because they kind of have to. And the other point that people were making was that, oh, there's no real audience. Console people aren't going to buy it because it's such a high price. But I don't think that's true. People saying, it's more expensive and less obtainable than a console. It's just, I feel like that's just not the reason why people are going to buy it. They're not going to buy it because it's easier to get than a console. They're going to get it because it's easier to get than a computer. I think that people who want to buy a computer but just don't have the time to research and build a computer, or really the funds to really get a decent computer, will be willing to pay a little bit higher price for essentially a console that is a computer and that will be easier to set up, easier to navigate, easier to just use. I don't think this is like for people who are hardcore console people who really want a different experience and want something that's just like exactly like a console, but it can play computer games. I don't really think that's the point of this. I think it's for people who want to get into like using a computer and like getting into like, or just people who already have a computer and want something that's different, something that is more portable, something that is easier to use and easier for like to set up. And I mean, at least with the Steam Machine, you'll be able to actually play the games that you paid for, unlike PlayStation and Xbox, who just take away your game after you played them once. And unlike PlayStation and Xbox, it will actually have a game. And I know the joke is, oh, PlayStation has no games, but I mean, does Xbox really have that many games either? And I feel like the Steam Machine is more portable than both an Xbox and a PlayStation. I mean, an Xbox is decently big. I feel like it's a little bit bigger, but a PlayStation's like massive. It's flatter, but it's still like it's still bigger. It's still taller, right? So I feel like the Steam Machine is more portable than those two, and it's definitely more portable than a decent computer. The Steam Machine wasn't the only thing people were a bit outspoken about. There's also the Steam controller, which people just think was too expensive. But honestly, I think that's like a decent price for it. When you compare it to like every other controller on the market, it just kind of makes sense that it's $100. It's not just a crappy PlayStation or Xbox copycat. This does so much more than both those controllers, and it just does it so much better too. I'm not even someone who likes controllers, and I genuinely hate using them. every game that is quote unquote better with a controller, I just refuse to use a controller with. I mean, I played Dark Souls and Another Craft's Treasure on mouse and keyboard because I don't like using controllers. I played Hollow Knight on a keyboard because I don't like controllers. And I played Cuphead on a keyboard, again, because I don't like controllers. Even games like Nier Automata, which literally require you to have a controller, because like the base game is not at all good with a keyboard. It literally won't take mouse inputs. You cannot bind mouse inputs at all in that game. It literally requires you to use a controller. And I modded it so that I can use a keyboard and mouse. That's how much I genuinely hate controllers. The only time I ever use one is with Nintendo games, and that I mean that's because it has to be like if there's a way for me to play on keyboard and mouse and it actually felt right, I would do that. But I genuinely wanted the Steam controller because I mean it was just kind of awesome. It was just kind of cool. It has back flippers. It has mouse pads. It's genuinely like such like a cool controller, and it's like so much better than every controller on the market. So I feel like, the price being $100 for having more features than what most other controllers have, I feel like that's completely fair. And I think the price is fair, and I think a lot of other people think it's fair because I mean, the controller sold out in like 5 minutes. Like it didn't even last a day, honestly. And then there's also the Steam Deck, which also raised its price recently, and people were pretty upset about that. And it's a little much, honestly. But I don't think it's Valve's fault that the prices are going up. Genuinely, it's all the AI slop that people are making that's making people oh AI it's amazing, let's pump everything into GPUs, and like it's just raising the prices, and it's really dumb. So it's not at all Valve's fault. It's 100% like the AI stuff, and it's just like they have to raise the prices in order to actually make profit. And it's like, they don't have to make profit. They can just like blah blah blah. But it's like that's not how companies work. They have to make profit. I'm sure it's legitimately as low as they can do it without like actually losing money. I think Valve makes pretty good products and just overall is a good company, and we shouldn't really hate on them for doing stuff that isn't even really their fault. If Valve came out and did something actually horrible, I think it would be okay to call them out. But I don't think Valve has ever done anything bad in the history of existence. So let's all just keep blazing Steam and Valve because they're amazing. And that's about it for this video. We need to give another $10 billion to Gabe N. Remember to reap what you sow. Bye bye.